Hey guys, Hannah Bell, family lawyer, with a bit of a different video for a second. We're going to go back and do a family law musings, just some sort of thoughts, I guess, that keep being on my mind, and I need somewhere to say them to someone who would care. So here y'all go. You're welcome. But listen, as I've been thinking about Corona and I've been joking on my videos about all this extra Corona time that people have and me wanting to take some of it, like to find theirs, I'm envisioning like this suitcase, right? Just like all their extra Corona time and carry it around with me. And I felt pretty busy, right? So I'm like, where's everybody getting this? And look, that's great. I'm not complaining that my job and all of the, I understand how grateful I should be and actually am for that fact. But the other night after dinner was done and dishes were done and kids were settled and everything, there was this moment where I thought to myself, well, what am I going to do now? And I was like, oh, the Corona time. I found it. I found it right there. I had a moment where I said, and now what am I going to do? And I wasn't quite sure, right? So I guess if that's happening for me, when I obviously don't usually have a lot of those moments, I think a lot of us mamas and daddies don't. But if that's happening for me, it made me really sit for a second and think about this concept of addition by subtraction. And I've heard people say that before, and I always think they sound smart when they say it. I'm like, like this one lawyer I used to work with, Chris Cradaville, which if you're seeing this, hi, Chris. It sounds like something he would say. He's very smart. So, but I thought about that in terms of the Corona stuff going on and how automatically things got subtracted from all of our lives and removed, right? And it felt, I think to a lot of people, it does feel like this huge difference, this huge hole. I know for me, one of the biggest changes, because I'm already used to working from home. I mean, I have an office, but I've off and on worked at home throughout my adult working life. And even when I go to the office, I kind of run back and forth. But anyway, so that part wasn't as different for me. But the thing that's been removed is the nighttime hustle to hurry and finish homework, make a project, whatever school prep up and the have to get up early the next morning to make lunches and get everybody out the door to school on time, and also just no school sports, no kids sports, none of that stuff, right? And that is a lot of hours and a lot of stuff that's gone, and some of the extra stuff that we say yes to, right, for our jobs, which is good and bad, and extra volunteer things and extra networking things and things that we have to do, those are all subtracted. And it leaves this space. Um, I think that you could sit in the space and really complain, like, man, why isn't Corona over? And I want to go to restaurants and I want to hug my friends. And yeah, of course, we all want to do that. But I want to try to use the time and would, suggest that perhaps you could too, to think very carefully and reflect upon what I'm going to allow back into my life once this is over. Because perhaps instead of it being all terrible, maybe we've added something by subtracting so much out. I think it's a good chance to just look at all of the things we've said yes to, or at least not said no to, that have come into our life, and all these internal and external commitments that we've made that really eat so many of our minutes and take up so much of our energy. And just ask, like, hey, as we open the doors back up, as the economy opens back up, be mindful and careful about what we allow back in, right? I know that Gretchen Rubin, so she has the Happiness Project and all these other books, the Five Tendencies or something, and a great podcast. And she is just awesome. One of the things she talks about is habits, and how it's really a great time to start new habits and new lifestyle changes, in like when you move or a job change, sort of these big changes. It's a good new routine. So perhaps, we could take a page out of her playbook and use this as a time to make a new habit, make a new routine, and maybe say no a little bit more, or at least say yes full of intention and make those commitments that we want to make that align with our goals, our purposes, our responsibilities, our dreams, whatever those things are for you. I know that's what I'm going to try to do. So just because I can doesn't mean I should. That's one of those life lessons that if you've been on this planet for a little while, I'm sure you've learned that just because we can do everything again, maybe it's not the best idea just to pour everything back into our two full cups and could think it through a little bit more carefully. So that's what I'm gonna try to do. I plan on taking some time this weekend, and with pen and paper and just like, okay, what was subtracted? What did it add? And what am I gonna allow back in? So there you have it. Hope you have a great rest of your day.